Hi BookTube! My name is Sarah and welcome to the Bookish Knitter. Today I'm coming to you with another category spotlight video. Today we are looking at the Harlequin Heartwarming line. And I have 5 books picked here. And these books are chunky, my friends. Like, these are bigger books than what you would normally see from Harlequin. Mainly because they are all large print. So these are all large print books, plus the fact that they do tend to be longer novels. So the Heartwarming line originally started as reissues, is what they were calling it. It was like Heartwarming reissues or something like that. I do have a couple of them on my shelf, but what they were essentially was like Harlequin super romance books that were published a long time ago that were considered to be sweet romances. Like, there was no adult content in them. And what they were doing was republishing them as Heartwarming because they were realizing, I guess, a lot of readers really enjoy the slightly tamer or low heat romances, if you will. So they were repurposing and repackaging them like that. And I guess that they did really well. So they started an entire line of just Heartwarming. So these are all sweet, low heat romances. I mean, there are some cases where you're getting a few, like, and it's not even like it's behind closed doors. It's like, does not happen at all. So, anything like that, it's very similar to the Love Inspired line without the religious overtones or connotations or whatever. No religious aspects in these at all. These are literally just sweet romances. And I love them, you guys. I really, really do love them. I know that they're not everybody's cup of tea. I know most romance readers really do like at least some heat with their books. And I'm like either way. Like, I will read one of these and then I'll read a Dare book or a Blaze book. And I think all of it has a place in romance. And I just think that these books are fantastic, that you're focusing a lot more on the emotional relationship between the characters as opposed to the physical relationship between the characters. So that's kind of one of the, and I'm not saying that stuff like Blaze and Desire and Dare and all the higher heat books do not have that element of a emotional relationship between the characters, because if it's well written, they do. But I think you guys know what I mean. Anyway, I have 5 books here that I've randomly pulled from my shelves. 2 of them are actually holiday themed books, and I thought I would pull those off because it's getting closer to that time of year. So, you know, I thought I'd start sharing with you guys some more of the Christmas books in December. When I pull these books from my shelves, depending on the line, they are pretty much all going to be holiday themed books. So I'm very excited about that. So anyway, I'm doing this in order of publication. So the first book I have here is A Soldier's Promise by Cynthia Thomason. This is number 46, and it is from May of 2014. So there's the cover here. And it says, Brianna Sullivan has a strict policy about not getting emotionally involved with her students. Yet there's something about the new student, Cari, and her father that has Brianna breaking all her rules. Mike's parenting methods may be more than a little outdated, but Brianna is struck by the brave and honorable man he is, and despite her better judgment, she's falling deeper and deeper for him. But how can she cross the line when their feelings start to grow? So, sounds really good. I always like the single parent trope with the teacher. You see that quite a bit in romance, and I do think it's a fun one. The next one of my favorite covers I've ever seen, mainly because it's got a cat on it, and I love cats. We have Christmas at Prescott Inn. Now, I think I started this book, but I never finished it. And this is by Cathryn, Parry, and I think I need to put this one on my list for Christmas this year. So I'm going to put this one aside after the video to read in December. So we have here, she's back in his life, but will they end up under the mistletoe? And there's the cat, by the way, you guys. You don't see a lot of cats on romance covers. Dogs out the wazoo, but not a lot of cats. It says, Emily O'Shea has her figure skating troupe. Let me start that again. Emily O'Shea and her figure skating troupe find themselves homeless until a Christmas miracle lands them at a quaint inn in New Hampshire. Emily is excited. Then she discovers the inn's Scrooge-like owner is her ex-fiancé, Nathan Prescott. With assistance from a little boy, an adorable cat, and her skaters, Emily helps Nathan find hope in the season and hope in their future. Does that not sound delightful? That cover is just gorgeous. So yeah, so that's the next one. That one is number 261, so we did quite a jump, and that's from December of 2018. Then we have another Christmas one here, In Love by Christmas by the great Cari Webb. This is part of the City by the Bay Stories series. Another absolutely gorgeous cover. And this one is number 309 from December of 2019. All Theo Taylor wants for Christmas is a profitable year-end and a flawless wedding for his sister. Hiring beautiful but unknown designer Josie Beck is a huge risk, especially when the Taylor's reputation is at stake. Josie is sweet, kind, and impossible to resist. But is Josie about to destroy Theo's perfect wedding plan, or is she the answer to his heart's secret Christmas wish? So yeah, looks delightful. Love, love, love. And then the last two are non-Christmas books, but that's okay because we have a firefighter. So The Firefighter's Vow by Amie Denman. This is number 316 from February of 2020. Fire Chief Tony Ruggles is stunned that Laura Wheeler wants to become a Cape Pursuit volunteer firefighter. Laura was devastated when her brother died heroically battling a forest fire, but this is her chance to take back control of her life if Tony can put his feelings aside. How can he train her and risk her life when he wants to protect her at all costs? So that sounds delightful, that like she wants to be a volunteer firefighter and he's like, but I want to keep you safe. I mean, that just sounds very sweet. So yeah, looks delightful. And last but not least, we had firefighters. Guys, you know we had to have a cowboy. So that's the thing. This line, to my understanding, is not sold overseas. This is a line that's strictly set like for North America, and even us here in Canada, up until very, very recently. We don't get these in big box stores. Like, I would not see these in a Walmart. And the other thing is, too, is that when I have seen them recently in Walmarts, they're older books, like, republished, and they actually say Western here. And they're only, so, like, you wouldn't see this firefighter one, but you would probably see this cowboy one. I want them to release this line to big box stores because I think it would do very well. That's just my opinion. Because this is a line, and I'm not trying to generalize because I read it and I love it too, but this is a line that might be more suitable to a slightly older demographic. And I'm not saying that people who are older don't like high heat. I think you know what I'm saying. My grandmother would have loved these books, right? But the fact that they're not sold in stores means that they're not being seen by people. Like, not everyone goes online and looks for stuff. Do you know what I mean? Not everyone's going to gravitate towards the Harlequin website like me, like I do, and maybe a lot of you do. I don't know that. Or to the Mills and Boone. You know what I mean? So these ones tend not to be sold overseas, to my understanding. Again, because they deal a lot with cowboys and stuff like that. That's just something that's not, you don't see in other parts of the world other than in North America, mostly in the US. So anyway, that's just my little rant on this one, that I really, really wish that these would be shown more or sold more in the big box stores, like your Walmart or your Target, because I think that they would do very well, but that's just my opinion. So this is The Cowboy Meets His Match by the great Melinda Curtis. I do love Melinda Curtis. This is part of the Mountain Monroe series. This is a long-running series that she has been writing. So let me read the back here. It says, racing boat captain Olivia Monroe never imagined breaking up with the ocean and starting a fake relationship with too charming cowboy Rhett Diaz. Now her family's insisting Olivia and Rhett take an adventurous road trip as a couple, it says in air quotes, or in quotation marks, only somewhere between ziplining and rappelling down a waterfall, Olivia's rediscovering her courage and dangerous new feelings for Rhett. But how can a sailor love a landlocked cowboy, especially one with secrets? That just sounds road trip. You sold me at road trip romance. Like, I knew as soon as I read the back of this one that I had to pick it up. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this one. This is number 412, and it came out in March of this year, March of 2022. So yeah, newer release one. All these are available digitally if you want to pick them up for your Kindle or your whatever, your Kobo, whatever device you personally use. They are available, so go and check them out. I will leave the list of them in the description box below. But anyway, guys, I hope that you enjoyed this video. What are your thoughts on the Heartwarming line? Have you read it? Do you love it? And let me know, because I don't know. I just have this feeling that sometime in the next few years, this line is going to go away. And it makes me very sad because I do really, really like it. And I would hate to see that happen. These are, like I said, they're chunkier books because they're large print, but also because they invest more. You get a lot more story with these, a lot more secondary characters. You don't see that a lot in romance. Like if you pick up, for example, I have it sitting here, a Presents novel, you're literally getting the story about these two characters. You might see some secondary characters, but they're not really delving into that. Whereas these books, it tends to delve into some of those secondary characters, and it's fantastic, and I love them, and I would hate to see for them to go away. So, let me know your thoughts on that as well below, guys. And until my next video, take care and happy reading, everybody. Bye.